What? So let's do it this way. Let's say I want to mention basically what the difference between our system and antivirus is. So antivirus is really, well, let's put it this way. Let's begin with a definition of what is malware or what is a virus. So basically, to define that would be to say it's something that the owner of the device, in this case, laptop or desktop computers, doesn't want on their computer or is stopping them from doing something they want to do. It's it's uh it's something that is not invited, okay? So what an antivirus software is all about is antivirus software is the way they work is they allow something to get on your computer, then it detects it or it detects it, it it tries to figure out what it's going to do, and then it deals with it. Okay. Now there's a lot of different processes of how different antiviruses have worked over the years. But that method can sometimes take a lot of time to actually take place. And sometimes your information, your data that's on your computer that maybe they're trying to take from you is already gone before you even recognize that it has happened. So over the course of years, a lot of new processes have been developed, and we feel that the system that we're using now, which is called EDR or Endpoint Detection and Response, is actually a more effective method than anything we've seen before. And we've been using it now, I don't remember exactly how many years, but we've been using it for a long time. And what it is it's a managed system. If you remember years ago, we had a SST managed antivirus because we started going to that kind of a process where we need to take more control. And when EDR first started being developed, um, it it actually takes place in seconds rather than sometimes hours. So what the beauty of the SST-Secure is that is a managed system. What happens is we install an agent on your computer. This agent is a little piece of software that actually uh, connects with our server. And what it does it is in place at what we call the kernel level or the base or the basement, if you will, of Windows, so that it's right where all the major stuff happens in Windows. So when a malicious software of any kind, whether it's a virus, an exploit, a ransomware, any kind of a scenario that starts taking place, our software is monitoring everything that's going on in your system real time. It's immediate. It's like right now, it's seeing what's happening and it deals with it right at that second. So if something malicious were to start taking place, it can destroy it or it can quarantine it. And the nice part about quarantining is, well, we know certain types of actions are definitely needing to be deleted or destroyed immediately. And we do that without saying, hey, Bob or Sally, we have found a problem on your computer. What do you want to do about it? No, we deal with it and we take that responsibility ourselves to make sure that it's done. The second way is the quarantining. So if a file is quarantined, we can then analyze that file or that process. And we have myself, Jaden, and Christy watching for those things. And when something is quarantined, we can analyze it. We can compare it against other, people who have actually seen that as well. We have a database that we work with that. Or we can contact you and say, hey, do you know that there's this program on your computer? What would you like us to do? Delete it or allow it to take place? Which that has happened very few times, but we have done that before. Most of the time, it's a malicious thing that just needs to be deleted, or we analyze it and then delete it. So that's how that process works, and it's a very effective system. Also, in the case of, say, ransomware, that which is one of the worst kinds of malicious things that can happen these days. If any of you know what ransomware is, you definitely want to steer away from it. And our system has been very good at detecting when a ransomware attacks, and it has stopped it. We haven't actually had a situation yet where we have had a failure in that regard. But if we do, we have a remediation factor built in to where we can roll back to a previous time, and actually your data isn't locked like a ransomware does. So it's a very effective solution. And we have different exclusions that we set in the software specifically for the kind of work that you're doing. We have developed what we call a policy, or a set of rules, where it actually is determined that, okay, this is your actual biofeedback software, leave it alone. So we have processes like that are in place, so that automatically your biofeedback software can do what it's supposed to do without being quarantined or anything like that, because of, say, something happens that's out of the ordinary. Um, and so we have these in place, and we monitor it all the time. In fact, yesterday I was in the dashboard and I noticed there were 18 computers that hadn't restarted in over a week, that haven't rebooted in over a week. So we have a way of dealing with that, and allowing updates that are waiting to be uh, processed, so where we can actually make those things happen, or we can inform you, hey, your computer hasn't restarted in a long time. Well, is there a reason for that? It gives us the ability to actually interact with you, and actually make your security system a much better scenario. So we hope that those of you who like our system, maybe make a comment in the chat box and say, something about it when we've had some kind of a success with you or something. But it's really a great program, and we feel it's the best opportunity these days for security.
Excellent. So one thing I did want to add is over here. So Ron was talking about how with our EDR, that's part of the SST-Secure. You've got the basic one, and then there's the SST-Secure plus complete support. What I love for the complete support is how you scroll down. These are all the features with the SST-Secure. And then down here is the additional things with the complete support. I love how some of you really take advantage of your subscription, and you will just go and you book a whole year of monthly appointments, so that you can have either Jaden or Christy remote in. They do maintenance, driver updates, Windows updates, and excuse me. That also includes the software installation or upgrades, stop annoying pop-up messages, remove most viruses, not all, but some. So that's all part of your complete support package. I just know, like Ron made the comment just now about computers not being restarted. Eek. And then, but we know when you guys do come to our live events, some of you haven't been, that's why we tell you every Hangout about updates that are available, and keeping up on your computer being up to date. And some of you have an allergy to doing that. So if you wanted to take advantage of the complete support package and let us do it for you, that would be seriously smart.
And generally speaking, I find that more people that are using this system, especially the complete support, they have fewer computer problems because they're getting their maintenance done every month. I mean, there are some of you who actually are pretty regular about doing maintenance, doing the things the way we show you how to do them. And, but it's, life gets in the way sometimes. It's kind of easier having somebody do it for you. You know, and the people that are maintaining their computers like that on a monthly basis, and getting all this done all the time, your computers actually last longer and you have fewer problems. What happens in computers is problems bottleneck, meaning they build up over the course of time. Well, if you don't let them build up, then you're going to have a much better computer experience.